For millennia, India has been a central influence on the world. From the Isles of Greeks in the west to the peninsula of Korea in the east, from the wastelands of Siberia in the north to the islands bordering Australia in the south, Indians were well connected even as early as 2 millennia ago. Being in communication with so many kingdoms, the knowledge the scholars of India collected was measurably infinite. Various institutions of education such as Takshashila, Pushpagiri and Kantalur were set up to assist scholars of new generations in their studies and share their discoveries. One such center of learning was Nalanda, which attracted scholars from both far and near. Teaching everything from astronomy to literature, this place was a melting pot of knowledge and cultures. Let us explore the life at Nalanda University in its prime from a millennia ago in a fictional story through the eyes of Vaikunta Verma, our protagonist. This story is a fictional account based on some real life facts, so it should be taken in that sense itself.
My story began as Raja Harshavardhana's 35th year of rule ended. At my hometown, I met a visiting scholar named Xuanzang, who suggested I go to Nalanda to study Shabda Vidya, which I had always wanted to do. With blessings from my parents and Lord Mallikarjuna, I began my journey to this famed university. By the time I would arrive, the structure would have stood for close to 1,000,000 years, home to endless wisdom and knowledge, unavailable anywhere in the world. An opportunity to learn in such a great place would be nothing short of a blessed experience. The day I finally arrived at the campus was one filled with excitement, wonder, and fear. I had spent days traveling here, and I didn't really know what was in store ahead of me. Either a path towards my dream or a path going back home.
Don't be so tense, my friend. These people are nothing to be afraid of. A man of your talent will feel right at home in a place like this.
I'm not tense exactly, just a bit worried.
Travel so far and scared that your efforts would go waste. I've heard that one before, many times.
Well, you read my mind there.
I supply grain from my farm for the campus. My daughter is a cook at the kitchen there. I would say I know a thing or two about the place.
Really? That is amazing.
I am just one from the 200 families working to support the people here. You need to be smart, only to study there, not to get in, my friend. I have only one helpful thing to tell you. The truth lies within you, not around you. You can answer any question asked with just that knowledge.
I will keep it in mind. Thank you.
And here we are. We have arrived at Nalanda. This is where we part ways. You see that line of people there? Their path continues from there.
I could never thank you enough for your help.
No need to, my friend. I am glad to meet you.
Once again, I was left alone on my journey, with no one to guide me. I wasn't sure what to make of the advice I got on the way here, but I was glad for all the help he gave me. As I waited in the line to get in, I could not help but stare and wonder at the place. Bright red bricks contrasted against the beautiful green garden. Behind the walls, the tops of a few structures were visible, and one building dominated the skyline. To the left, a small temple open to both outsiders and scholars alike. Given how much time was left for my attempt, I decided to go there and meditate, waiting for my interview. After a couple of hours, my turn finally came.
Welcome to Nalanda, son. My name is Shilabhadra.
Namaskara, Acharya. I am blessed to meet you. Tales of your wisdom from far and wide. My name is Vaikunta Verma. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to learn Shabdavidya from you.
It is our duty as acharyas to teach any bright mind willing to learn and guide any heart looking for guidance. Tell me something about yourself.
I have come here from Sri Shailam. My father conducted the puja at Lord Mallikarjuna's temple.
Ah, yes, the town home to Lord Mallikarjuna and Brahmarambika Devi. I am blessed to have been there once myself a long time ago.
Yes, sir. I had stopped at the Vihara on my way here.
Why did you decide to come here? What is your story?
I was a teacher of Sanskrit to the children in my town. When I met a traveler calling himself Juan Zhang, I was asked to show him around town and help him while he stayed in our town. He suggested I come here and gave me this parchment.
Ah, Mokshadeva. I taught him myself while he studied here. I knew he would direct more amazing minds here as he traveled.
Yes, sir. He spoke highly of you. I am glad I was mentored by someone like him.
All the students at Nalanda are known for how well they think. So let's see how well you fare. In your opinion, what is Savasthamba? Come on, there are no wrong answers. Answer freely.
There's no real answer to that, is there? Savasthamba means relying on oneself for anything. But that's not really possible, is it? One cannot solve all his problems by himself. Asking for assistance, passive or active, is inevitability.
Well, that's true.
But that should not mean we directly jump to taking assistance from others as the first step. Only when we are at our limit, it should be justified to take assistance. If we jump to taking assistance, we lose out individuality and conform to the image of those whose assistance we take. Savasthamba should not just mean being able to work by ourselves, but also about not conforming to the image of others when we require assistance.
Very wisely spoken, son. You are selected for the course.
Welcome to Nalanda, brother. My name is Garuddev. I'm happy to be a first friend here on this campus.
Thank you.
Trust me, you'll have a great time here. There's no other better place on Bhugol for studies than here.
The campus looked beautiful on the outside, but it was even more so on the inside. A huge garden dotted with massive lotus ponds sat amidst a ring of trees, behind which stood a line of Mahalayas made of bright red bricks. In the middle of the garden, a massive building towered over everything else in sight.
That is our library. A larger archive of knowledge is spoken of only in legends. If one cannot find something here, it probably does not exist.
Beautiful. I've never seen a place so big.
After spending some time learning from the acharyas, we continue our studies on our own, learning from and contributing to the collection at this vast library. It's getting late now. Let me show you to the kitchen. They cook amazing food there. We'll drop your belongings in your vihara on the way.
The next day began with a quick dip in the chilly waters of the ponds and morning puja of Lord Buddha. As one of the new on the campus, they allowed me to partake in the proceedings. Finally, before Shabda Vidya lessons from Acharya, we had a quick breakfast in the community kitchen. Garudeva was not wrong. They served amazing food there.
Everyone, from today, we have a new student among us, Vaikunta Verma.
Welcome, brother. We are glad to have you among us.
Thank you.
Why don't we start today's lesson by reading a text? Vaikunta, would you please read this leaflet for us? Are you alright, son? Go on, continue reading.
Apologies, Acharya. I've never learned to read in this script. In Sri Shailam, this script is rarely used. I've never had the need to learn it. I always learned and wrote in Brahmi script.
Nothing to worry. We will work on this. People who don't even know Sanskrit language came here and today read and speak it like they have been doing it since they're born. You know the language at least?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can you try to read from this leaflet then?
Yes, sir. Apo ishtamaya duaha tana ujedala.
Rest of the day, but no better. My inability to read Devanagari was a roadblock everywhere. Someone had to always read things out to me, so I would be able to answer the questions. The evening Chaityavadana had been delayed as everyone waited for someone to scour the libraries for shlokas written in Brahmi script, so I would be able to join the proceedings. In a building where everyone was doing everything on their own, I found it shameful not to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. I skipped dinner that night. I turned the other way and sat next to a lotus pond all by myself. Slowly, the chatter of thousands of people in the dining halls faded as they returned to their viharas for the night.
Vaikuntha Varma, it is a surprise seeing you here at this hour of the night.
Good evening, Acharya.
What is the matter, son? Why are you out here in the cold?
Nothing, sir. I was just thinking.
Share your thoughts. It is always enjoyable to hear opinions. So you're still lingering over the fact that you are unable to read in Devanagari script?
Yes, sir.
Why are you hung up over that, son?
It's just... I feel like I'm holding others back while learning. Taking their help is slowing both of us down.
When presented with the text in Brahmi, you were able to read it, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
You were just facing an issue with reading. Among the people who come here, many don't even know to read nor speak Sanskrit. If every such person was a hindrance to learning, there would not be anyone over here.
Oh.
You feel you're not being Savasthamba. That is the cause of your worry.
Yes, sir.
One cannot solve all his problems by himself. Asking for assistance, passive or active, is an inevitability. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Self-reliance should not just mean being able to work by ourselves, but also about not conforming to the influence of others when we require assistance. You told me that when we first met. The answer lies within you. You have your own voice. When you grow, do not lose that when you take someone's assistance. A child starts walking holding his father's hand, but grows up to walk on his own 2 legs. Becoming self-reliant like that is not going to happen overnight, and definitely not without effort from your part. Are you willing to put in that effort?
I am, sir. But I'm afraid I won't be able to go anywhere without your guidance.
That is why we gurus are here, correct? To guide those who seek guidance.
Thank you, sir.
There is this book in the library that can help you translate from Devanagari to Brahmi. Ask anyone reading in the library. They will guide you to it. Read that book once, perhaps you might find it useful. Practice writing in Devanagari script for a while. If you need any more assistance, I'm here to help you.
I took Shilabhadra Acharya's advice and read the book. It took me a long time to understand the rules of this new script and practice it. I struggled in my early days to stand on my 2 feet. I hope that this text, where I tell my story in both Brahmi and Devanagari, can help you the way writing the scripture helped me stand on my own 2 feet.
Nalanda was home to some of the wisest human history as known, and the knowledge was immortalized in the library of Nalanda. People from far and near came to learn from here. The knowledge India had was immeasurable, and we are slowly learning it all again. Institutes such as our very own Sri Sri University have been set up to help reclaim the glory and share the knowledge our nation once had a millennia ago. In a world that is slowly becoming global and interconnected, We should not forget our roots and our voice, two things that are distinctly ours, even as we mingle with the rest of the world. We should remember to be Atmanirbhar, even as we take help from others.